Hello and welcome to another mix-up video. And in this mix-up video, I have from 1891 Boylan Grape flavored soda pop soda. And it even has a little notch on the back, like if you're putting it on a rack like liquor, where it won't roll. Embossed clear glass bottle, glass, not plastic. Founded 1891, says produced under the authority of Boylan Bottling Company, New York, New York. Does not specifically say that it is made in New York. Some of it may be made in New York, and they might overflow it to other areas. Sort of like Brooklyn Brewing Company, beer company, Brooklyn Brewing in Brooklyn, New York. They have a small brewery in Brooklyn, but it can't handle the capacity of what they want to put out onto the market, so they contract to a regional brewery in upstate New York, who does probably 90% of their production. Old company, been around since the 1880s, so they kind of have a handle on brewing. And I'm sure Boylan is contracting out to companies that's been making soft drinks, soda pops, pop, soda for maybe 100 years. They know what they're doing. So here's Seagram's extra smooth vodka with that basket weave glass texture, molded glass. This 200 milliliter bottle was purchased for the amazing price of 99 cents. You go to most convenience stores, this bottle will be $5.99. So 99 cents, had to buy it. Distiller since 1857, true story. Seagram's was founded in 1857. And they did acquire a distillery in Indiana, which I think was started in 1847, but Seagram's took ownership of it later on, but it was in the 1800s. But they actually sold that distillery, but their products are still made. Many of their products are still distilled at the MGP, Midwest Grain Products Distillery of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And it's funny, if you look at photos of it, or drive there, I haven't been there, it says Seagram's everywhere, all on the side of the building. Seagram's. Probably too expensive to remove it. Distilled 5 times from the finest American grain, namely wheat, from Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky wheat, which they detail on the website. And they said they use 2 types of wheat. But they don't say they use them together all the time. They just sometimes you use this one, and sometimes you use that one. Bottled by Seagram Vodka Company, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, distilled from grain. So a wheat vodka. Introduced in 2004. Now Seagram's, I think, always made vodkas. But they had different iterations of it. This is from 2004, 20 years ago. Before that, there was Seagram's imported vodka, which I think that was introduced like in 84, so that ran about 20 years. And I don't know where it was from, probably Canada. But yeah, you can get a bottle of this at Mathern's or Walmart for $9.99. It's a premium vodka, but it's at a good price very often. So that's the end of this one. It's gone. But, 200 milliliters is not going to last too long. I think Seagram's is more well known for their, Seagram's gin, G-I-N, gin, which is very popular, their extra dry gin. Of course, they make Seagram's VO. There's Seagram's VO Canadian, which Sazerac bought. There's the gin, like I said, bought by a French company. This one here by Infinium Spirits. They make beer. The Seagram's Escapes, and then Escape Spike, the strong ones, which is produced in Rochester, New York at the Genesee Brewery. So it's a lot of Seagram's, and there's Seagram's Ginger Ale, which they sold to Coca-Cola. Yeah, because the Seagram's owners got out of the liquor business. They sold their entire company off to whoever wanted to buy their products. They sold Crown Royal to Diageo. They wanted to get into telecommunications, mass media, streaming media, and they thought in 2000, 24 years ago, at the time of this recording, that would be a big profitable thing, and I suppose it has been. So anyway, but that's another story. How does it mix up? Now the Seagram's vodka is an A. Solid A. 9.3, 9.4 out of 10. At least in the mid-90s. The Boylan grape soda, like I've said before, is a little tricky. I don't find it ever really tastes like grapes. It tastes like grape soda, which is a unique flavor. It's probably better to use the cane sugar, of course. I think Seagram's grape soda deserves a B, 8.3. This deserves an A, 9. Let's go with 9.4. It's really that good. I would be kind of tempted to buy a full-size bottle, honestly. It might be the best vodka I've bought. People ask me about Tito's. I don't know about Tito's. I know a lot of people buy it, and Sky and Grey Goose. But I'm just thinking, you know, without knowing, that this could go toe-to-toe with those. But I don't know that. It definitely pulls up the Boylans to a B+. I'm going to go with 8.8. Very good mix-up. If I was going to, and I'm closing this one out with these 3, with these 4. So I started with the good to the last drop. Well, I started with the well, of course, with the Boylans. That's the base. Drink it all. Don't have time. I don't have any. I have time. I don't have the product for a photo. Oh well. The world will survive. I started with Vodovska, and I've still got about 10% left. Sugarcane vodka from Mexico, 3 times distilled. Sorry, 10 times charcoal filtered. This was the best value vodka I've ever gotten. $7.99 for this huge bottle, and tastes pretty good. Then I went to Kamchatka, a peculiar product with a vodka with premium liqueur from started by one independent company, then got bought by Seagram's and sold to Beam. James, you may have heard of Jim Beam. And they still own it, and they bottle it. Don't produce it necessarily. Doesn't say made by them, said bottled by them. Okay. There's the heater. Space heater. Then I moved on to Colson's, bottled by Barton Brands of Kentucky, but once again, doesn't say made by them. Might also be coming from Midwest. I might have a whole collection of stuff that came from the same, or 3 of the 4 may have come from the same distillery, Midwest Grain Products of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. But yeah, these have made really interesting mix-ups. And so it's too bad that the Seagram's is going away. But I mean, when I bought it, I knew it wasn't going to last. That's all right. But that is the best of those 4. Of the 4 vodkas I just showed, that's clearly the winner. There's really no debate. The other 3 are in the B range. They're good. So it proves to us that you can buy a good vodka for a very low price. I don't know about bourbon or rum or brandy or gin or tequila or mezcal. You know, I don't know if, or blended whiskey or Scotch whiskey, Irish, Canadian, or I don't know if those can be gotten for a cheap price and turn out to be good, but at least vodka has proven to be the case. I played around with some gins over the years, and I mean, they seem to be all right. Really low grade gins, like they call bathtub gin, like Crystal Palace. I couldn't say it was bad. I couldn't say I wanted to buy it, but I couldn't say it was bad. I couldn't say that. And it has a following. Taka, very cheap, but like the review sites say, and I agree with them, it punches much above its weight. Taka gin, well, if you can find it. I know where to find it, but it's a little difficult to find. That's definitely an inexpensive gin to run down. All right, but anyway, enough of that. So thank you for watching this mix-up series here. This is video 4 out of the 4. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Lawrenceburg, Indiana and take a distillery tour.